I'm rolling with Bruno. Bruno is an 18-year-old white belt. He's 190 pounds. He's been training for about 5 months. It's good to be 18.
Big Bruno, how old are you? 18?
He's a pretty muscular guy. I don't know that much about him. I've only rolled with him a couple of times, so I really don't even remember our last roll. So there I pulled myself in with the De La Riva. I love to grab the ankle. I mean, they have to give me something. So if they give me their ankle, or they have to bend over and give me their head. So there, I did a nice shin sweep. Came up on top. As you could see, Bruno is not panicking. He's not going crazy. He's not kneeing me in the face. That's good for a new white belt. So this is my typical position of control. I have my elbow behind him because I don't want him to move away. And now he just lets me cross-face him because he doesn't really realize the danger. The hand on my hip doesn't really help him too much. I'm looking to peel that hook off with my right leg, and as you can see, he lifts me and I just float over to the side. Then from here, I put my elbow in and I pass. If you watched the video just now with Yusuf, it's the same pass. And also, my professor, Mike Codella, taught this move again the other day, and it brought it back to the forefront of my mind. So here I have him pinned. This is like my position right here, knee next to his waist. You want to be able to pin somebody before you submit them. If you have to jump all around to submit them and they're still moving and you may catch it or you may not, you're going to hurt them. So there I did a step over armbar from the pin. So think of jiu-jitsu more as wrestling in the sense of you want to be able to pin and hold it. If you pass somebody's guard and they just start jumping all around and you don't know how to keep them down and pin them properly, the submission's not going to work. So you should have a set lockdown position that you prefer. Now, many times I still let my partner move because I want to submit them based off their movement, but at the same time, your game should be more deliberate. So here I have his ankle and I'm pushing away with my feet. Now I'm switching to the other side, and I got an interesting sweep there with his arm, kind of like a shoulder crunch sweep, but he kind of gave it to me. Again, these are moves by somebody who's not an expert in jiu-jitsu. So here I'm just staying in mount. He's keeping his frames, but as you can see, his elbows are away from his body, so his frames are ineffective. See how he has to bring them back down next to his side for them to have power? As soon as his elbows go up in the air over his shoulders, his arms become very weak, because his muscles his strongest muscles are unable to help him. So here I just sat to the back and went right to the choke. 99% of people would tap from this. Again, you could see my mouth's open. I'm not trying to squeeze his head off or anything, you know? But he's doing a good job of defending it. He's pulling on my arm. He's keeping squirming. He's squirming. If you notice, I have my feet crossed across one leg. That kind of limits his movement, and he'll never ankle lock me there. I know you're not supposed to cross your feet, but that's below the waist in between his legs. That's where you don't want to cross them. But where I have them is a control cross. And I think it helps. See, it's like to one side. Again, now I'm getting tired. You know, I'm trying to choke him, I'm trying to finish it, but he's fighting well. So I kind of let it out. Now I'm looking more at the arm to trap the arm. So there, I felt like I was losing the position, and I went to mount and I got the Americana because his elbow was exactly where I said it shouldn't be, up in the air and above his shoulder. So once it's there, when I grab your wrist, the Americana, you can't resist it. And that's a great example of getting the Americana on a partner that's much stronger than you, because he would never let me do that. I caught him before he could engage his muscles. So I disagree with Marcelo when he says it's a strong man move. Here I'm just being experimental. I wanted to get that shoulder crunch, that inverted style armbar, but he made his arm really flat, like he pushed it in. So then I started switching to the Americana.
Nice.
And then he postured up and I let him out. And he was laughing. He's like, he couldn't understand why I let him out.
I was trying to go to on the clock.
But I felt like I was losing the position and I just wanted to move on to something else.
You got out. Yeah, go. You didn't tell.
So here's the shoulder crunch again. I have my foot on his waist. And he just crawls into my guard. I still have it. So now I'm trying to get outside his left tricep. Again, I do this all the time. See, I hipped out there, and now I'm on the back of his left tricep. And what that's gonna do is it's gonna make it hard for him to get his arm out of there. Not impossible, but work for him. And I'm just hanging out. So here I'm recrossing my feet. He's in like a diamond, what I call a diamond. See how I'm off to his side? I'm not on his back, I'm off to his side. This is a position I really like lately. Again, I could cross my feet there. I don't have to worry about getting ankle locked. And here I'm just climbing him. Looking to set up a triangle, he's defending. Yeah, I did a little test move with my leg to see if he was aware. Many times it's about reaction. And if I don't feel I'm getting the right reaction, then I'm going to go to something else. So here, he's turning. I have that X with my feet again on his leg. Definitely try that. It really helps. And my goal here isn't to finish him, but it's to just ride him out. I remember in 2005, I went down to see a class at Renzo Gracie's. And that's what this guy was doing. You could tell one guy was new and the other guy was just climbing all over him, but he wasn't finishing him, but he was always in control. So that's what this is reminiscent of in my mind. And now he's starting to try to get out, but again, I'm behind his arm. So no matter how strong he is, once I'm up in this position, it becomes really hard to get back. And there again, I'm on his back. He tried to get up. And this is a second rear naked choke he's going to resist. As you can see, we're spinning. It's kind of like the same thing as last time, but I have it. Now, if I wanted, as you can see, my feet are crossed and keeping his legs open. So they're not crossed in the manner which is going to get me leg locked, foot locked, which he doesn't know anyway, probably. But it's a way of controlling his other leg and staying on his side. So this is my side position. It's not back, it's not front. And at any moment, I could go to mount or to the back. So now I have him in an arm triangle choke, buried, and he's not tapping. As you can see, I have my knee on his belly and he's bridging to the point where he's holding his bridge and all my weight up in the air. And then finally, I just switch to mount, or like a half butterfly mount. And there, I know you didn't see it, but I finished him with a wrist lock, which I don't normally do, but I had his arm so far over his head, but I couldn't finish the Americana or the Kimura, and the wrist lock was just waiting there. So thank you for watching. More to come with Bruno. Please like, share, and if you haven't already, subscribe. Thank you.